Alright guys, I'm recording this video again. You don't know it, but I've done this video many times now. Alright, so in this video I've got my rigging. When you move the hands or the headpiece, it'll move the cactus. Let's talk about weight paint. Click on object mode. Click on the trunk, hold control, click on armature. Come over here to the side and click, oh dang, backwards. Click on armature first, hold control, press trunk, then go over here and go to weight paint. It's been a day, guys. Alright. It gives you this nice color part here. This color part decides how much of the cactus moves when you move that particular bone. Whenever I move that bone, I want it to also move some of the arms. So if you mess with these little weights and strengths here, it'll allow you to paint some of this. The dark blue means that it's not going to move at all. The red means it's going to move a lot. The light yellow means it's going to move a little bit, and then it's like a gradient. So the dark red is basically the part that's going to move the most. I'm adding a little bit of paint to this top bone here. Come on, just paint, please. It doesn't want to paint that at all. It just wants to make my life as hard as possible. Yeah, I've already done this video several times. It messes up when I get to the animation stuff. So anyway, I'm going to paint this stuff here. There we go. Golly, it doesn't want to do it. There we go. I think I got it. A little bit of paint there. I'm going to paint a little bit on this other side here. Like that. Not sure why it's being such a pain in the butt, but it is. Alright, here we go. I don't want that part to be painted, so I'm going to fix that. So the weight will be 0. Turn this radius down. I don't want that to move with that, so paint. So again, dark blue. Oh man, come on, boy. Just stop. Doesn't want to listen. I think the reason why it's having such a hard time painting it is because there's not very many vertices for it to work with. It's a really simple model. I don't know. Whatever. I'll leave it like that. Oops. Wait. Alright. So that was the first bone. So like that top one, if I grab it, it'll move this and the arms a little bit. So you have to make some changes to make your stuff look a little bit better. In the bottom right, there's this little data button. It looks like a triangle with 3 green circles. If you select through the different bones, you'll see the different weights of the bones. I need to make some changes to the hand here. I want it to move whenever I move the hand. I want it to move not only the hand but a little bit of the arm too. I want to do that same thing with this other one here. So I'm going to paint that one. Okay. If the armature's in the way on the right hand side, you can use that little eyeball to hide it. Alright. Doesn't have to be perfect. The animation part's the hard, annoying part, I should say. Okay. Alright. Zoom back out. Turn the armature back on. I'm going to click on object mode. Click on the armature. And then go to pose mode. And now you can see that whenever I move the hand, the arm kind of moves with it some. Same thing with the body. Not perfect, but it moves a little bit. If you end up moving your animation all around and you're having problems getting it back to where it was, go to pose, select all the bones, go to pose and say clear transforms all, and it'll put it right back to the way you had it when it was first perfect. Alright, let's work on this animation stuff. Down at the bottom here, make the cursor do like the moving up symbol thing here where you can stretch it up and down, but this time right click and say horizontal split. Give yourself a little bit more room, and you're adding this extra window here like this. On the left hand side there's a little button that says you click it and it allows you to choose different types of windows. You're going to use non-linear animation. That's going to be for your middle one. On the bottom one, I want you to go to this little clock editor type thing here. Choose dope sheet. And then select the dope sheet and switch it to action editor. Alright, you're going to use this little window here for now to make your animation. On the right hand side, I want you to go to this printer looking deal on the far right, and you're going to change the animation length to ending at 40 frames. You'll see that changes your like little window down here, so now it looks like this part's lit up, so it's only 40 frames. We're not going to do a long animation. I'm going to zoom in on these. Okay, so the top one is supposed to be after you create an animation or you add some actions in. They'll appear up here and tell you what they are. The actual like individual movements are down here in the action editor. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click new, and then for this action I want to choose the name for it, and this is going to be sway. So now I have a sway action. I'm going to put some keys on the bottom one. Select all of the bones, press I, location, rotation, scale. That's going to be my first one. Move it over to the end, press I, location, rotation, scale. And then go to the middle, select some bones and move them like it's swaying in the wind, not like a lot. I'm going to select them all again. I'll press I, location, rotation, scale. Now it looks like I have just 3 points, 1, 2, 3. If you look over here, it's got a summary. You can click on that. Also, like if you click off of it on one bone, it'll hide the other ones. I think this guy right here only shows selected. If you turn that off, it'll leave all the ones you've changed. So I like that mode better. So I'm going to leave that one on. So I turned off this show selected. I want to see them all the time, so that's turned off. Alright, so now I've made like an animation. If you press the space bar, that will start the animation for you. If you push space again, it'll stop the animation. Alright, the part that I keep having problems with is saving this thing. So I'm going to click on this shield right here. I think it says save data. And then over here, there's a button that says push action down. Click on that. And now it pushes the action down, and you have like this action is something that you can like, it's like a, I don't know, a video timer, like a video, that's how long the video is. So if you hover over and move it, you can like see the animation there. And now you've got like a new animation and no action kind of thing here. So let's do new, see if we can create another one. This one's going to be bow, B-O-W. I'm going to try and make it where the cactus will bow. I'm going to repeat the same process. I'll grab all of these. I'll press I, location, rotation, scale. I'll go to the end. I'll grab them all, press I, location, rotation, scale. I'll go to the middle. This time I want to make it like lean over like it's trying to do a bow. And I'll grab a couple bones. I'm going to grab that one, and that one. I'll press R and X. I only want it to rotate on the R and the X. So it just leans forward kind of thing. I'll grab them all again. I'll press I, location, rotation, scale. If I push space, you should see him bowing. There he goes. Alright, now on the left side, I'll push space again and it should stop. I'll do this push down thing here again. I think I might have to click the shield. Let's click the shield first. I think that's for saving. Click the shield, then push down. And now we've got two animations. Alright, so I've got the bow animation and I've got the sway animation. Alright, we've got two animations. They're both pushed down. I think you can pull this down even farther. There should be like an add animation track. I don't know if you can do that or not. I don't really want to mess with it right now. Maybe I should. I don't know. Let's see here. I really don't know, and I don't want to mess this all up. Okay, so we got two animations. One's bow and one's sway. That one says temporary data, temporary data. Let's make sure they're both saved. Click on this one, hit that. Oh my goodness. I think they're already saved. Let's test and see if it is saved. So up here in the top, I'm going to save this. I'll say File, Save As. Okay, this part is important. Okay, so let's save this into our Godot project file. And this should make it where I'm able to actually use the file that I just created. My stuff is in a different location, but I'm going to save this blend file into it. So let me get my stuff saved in the right spot. Alright, I'm going to save this under meshes. I'll make a new folder. I'm going to call this Cactus. And I'm doing 3.3 because I've done this video too many times. Alright, let's save it here. And I'll call it, I guess I'll just call it Cactus 3.3. Alright, so I'll hit save. Alright, I'm leaving it as a .blend as well. Alright, now let's go check out my Godot. Here it is. Over here on the side, you're going to see Cactus 3.3, and I've got a blend file. If I drag and drop it in, you'll see I have my cactus. And if I hit this new scene button here, I want to say new inherited. We'll come over here to the animation player. You'll oh, it looks like I accidentally made an extra action, but I've got the bow. I hit play. Cactus bows. And if I go to sway, Cactus sways. Let's go. Alright. Yours may not have loaded in correctly just yet because there's one more step that you need to do. I think you go to Project Settings. And then you go to, make sure this advanced setting is clicked, and then type BLEND, import. Make sure your Blender import is enabled. So make sure that's enabled. And then I think we go to Editor Settings, type BLEND, import, and you want to make sure that this is the correct Blender path. So you want to make sure that this is set to your Blender install location. So the folder looks like this. I might have to help you guys get it set up in the classroom, but Program Files, Blender Foundation, and you're choosing this folder right here. After you get those two things done, any animation that you make in your Blender project will automatically get transported over to Godot. It'll pick up all those saves. Let's see if we can make one more while this is sitting here. What did I got? Action right here. Let me get this out of the way. I'm just going to make the cactus shrink, so I'll call this action shrinker. Let's see if we can make this work. Alright, I'll choose all the bones, push I, location, rotation, scale. I'll do it again. Go to the middle, and I'll just grab all of these. I'll scale this thing down. I'll press I, location, rotation, scale. Alright, then I'll choose this button here. I'll hit this, shield, this, push down action. Alright, that should save that. So that one just shrinks it and then grows it back. This one bows, this one sways. Alright, let's save. Control S to save. It saved the Cactus 3.3 blend. I'll go back to Godot. It should re-import. We've got bow, we've got sway, and we've got shrinker. Let's go. It does work. Wonderful. Now I'm sure that there's a lot better ways to use that animation player, and I've also noticed that if you hit this repeat button, it doesn't want to let you do repeat. Is it letting me do it? No, it doesn't want to let repeat function. There was a couple things it said that I could click over here. It says import scene. It tells you some stuff. We're just gonna have to play around with this, but it's working, and that's the important part. Alright. Pretty cool. You can make full-on characters that run and move around. I did a really simple... why is it stuck on that guy? Just did a really simple one just to prove that it can be done, and, you know, obviously just to get us started with it. Cactus is not very complicated, but we just want to get the basics of this down. There's the bow, there's the shrink, and there's the sway. Alright, longer video, but hopefully you guys were able to get that working. See y'all in the next one.